From Dallas, Texas, the flash, apparently official, President Kennedy died at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Why are you a conspiracy theorist? And I said, why isn't everybody a goddamn conspiracy theorist?
This is the real research. Literally have an alien base, and they are literally communicating.
I don't have a whole lot of time.
Have you personally had any experience with interdimensional beings?
What we're thinking of as aliens, they have infiltrated a lot of aspects of military intelligence. And they are not what they claim to be.
We leave you much that is undone.
That's one small step for man.
There are great ideas undiscovered.
Visit asteroids, visit the moon of Mars.
Remove one of truth's protective layers.
There's a monolith.
They want the major population centers wiped out.
Will you put your left hand on the Bible and swear to God that you walked on the moon?
One giant leap for mankind.
Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened.
Those challenges are yours.
We don't have time for a meeting of the Flat Earth Society.
There are places to go beyond belief. Beyond belief.
Hello and welcome to the Daily Conspiracy Podcast. We don't take days off because reptilians don't take days off. How you doing, Ollie? You good?
I'm warm.
You're warm?
Yeah, very warm and moist, I would say right now.
That's nice. It's been fucking cold over here today. Cold.
You see, I'm in the ceiling, you know.
Oh, so you get the benefit of all of the heating.
It's but I'm not. I prefer being cold, you know, because I feel like it. I tell you what it feels like, and I don't have a lot of memories of my childhood.
Yeah, well,
but my
trauma will do that.
My mum said that I was at the top of the stairs one day, and I literally just chucked my nappy down the stairs, and she said, I never wore a nappy again. You might wonder where I'm going with this.
No,
I think I
I've had to wear a nappy for your mum a couple of times.
Yeah, I think I remember the feeling of wearing a nappy, and that's how it feels in these shorts right now.
Wow. Straight.
Uncomfortable,
straight
you know.
Straight in.
Yeah.
Fucking straight in with whatever fucking retardation it is that you've got yourself.
See, I could never have that. I don't know what. Isn't there a kink where grown men like to dress as babies? That could never be me because I don't like wearing nappies.
Good. I'm glad about that.
Yeah.
Is it, Ollie? I'm gonna have to ask you here. Have you got something weird going on in your room?
Yeah, it's absolutely blasting it down with rain.
Is it? All right. Okay.
Can't do anything about that, Lee.
You can't fix it then. That's fine. That's okay. I just wanted to make sure that you didn't have like a fucking tumble dryer going or something.
It is banging it down, isn't it?
Absolutely. That's pretty fucking heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right. Today,
I feel like I'm doing the show from a greenhouse.
Feels like you're doing the show from fucking Atlantis, from where I'm sat. Hopefully the audience won't hear the fucking water sounds.
It's a nice effect. It could be relaxing.
It could be like Ollie Samar.
Yeah. You like that, do you?
Love a bit of ASMR, mate. Fucking love it. It sends me to sleep almost every night. Because weird. You give me a semi-fucking hot, like 25-year-old tapping exceedingly long nails on bits of fucking cork and stuff like that, and I am planet fucking sleep.
And speaking with over excessive amounts of spit.
Oh yeah, or over accentuating S's. Some of them sound like they're speaking fucking parcel tongue.
I don't think this sends you to sleep. I think this gives you a bar.
No, not really. No, there is like ASMR porn, but that's just weird.
Well, I suppose it's like porn for the blind, isn't it?
No. Like ASMR, oh God, we're here now. ASMR porn is more like you'll get people like doing it to each other or themselves, and they just stick a microphone really close to the business area. So like it just kind of sounds like wet ham getting slapped together.
Like a pack of ham being opened and unraveled.
Yeah. It's it's not my idea. Like as far as naughty things go, I think the noise of it all is probably the least attractive element of it.
I mean, I normally not blindfolded, but I normally wear headphones.
I love just let me pop my noise cancelers on.
No. Like those headphones that little kids wear when they go to watch fireworks when they're too young. Yeah. That's what I have to do.
It would be even better. Like you could either do it with coaching, so like inspirational coaching, which is just a guy telling you like, "Go, you can do this. 5 more minutes. Like raise that knee up," and or it would go completely the other way, and you'd be like a surgeon. So it's just like classical music or fucking whale noise.
Yeah. I mean, it's nothing to do with like because I'm the ultimate pleasurer and it's going to burst my eardrums. It's literally, I lose concentration very quickly. So, well, I need silence.
Speaking about the ultimate pleasurers, I think we are going to enter a world, Ollie, where the human companionship might be looked at as a downgrade from what else could be available if you're ready to pay for it.
Where somebody, for the first time to meet his parents, brings home an AI robot.
AI, or I think it's going to start with that. You're going to get as soon as AIs are, because I think we're going to run into this weird thing with phones. Have you seen what's going on with Apple in Europe, where the European Union, I believe, again, I read this the other day, not like today. It looks like the European Union are going to force Apple into allowing you to install a separate AI that isn't Siri. In the same way as you can do with Android phones, can't you? You can sort of swap and choose what you want, which would be, to be perfectly honest, great for Apple users, because it's wild considering that Siri was like the first AI companion device.
She's fucking stupid.
Absolutely, it's like
she's nuts.
It's
as well.
Like fucking Down syndrome, if I'm perfectly honest. Like it's. What's the fucking point if you turn around and like ask it? You listen to a podcast. And he's like, "Could you just stop the podcast?" And Siri goes, "No, I can't." And it's just fucking useless. Useless.
It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. That's going to be essentially its own market, then, isn't it? Like. It's not people that are selling mobile phones and that. It's like, oh, okay, we'll sell you this mobile phone. What AI system do you want on there? We can give you this one, or we can upgrade you to this one.
I think it'll be a subscription model. I think,
absolutely.
There'll be ones where you can pick it, like you can have Joe Rogan as your AI that you can do, which I think this is where the money's going to be for people. Is you're going to get some people which are fucking exceptional at making the prompts for the AI stuff. So what they put down, and they can envision, they understand the algorithms of these programs so much, they can envision what's going to come up before they've wrote the prompt down, or what it's going to sound like, what it's going to sound like, what it's going to look like, that sort of thing. But yeah, I fully envision a day where you're going to get the first stories creeping out of like people that are trying to marry their phones because they're having a relationship with the AI on it.
It's gonna be fucking crazy. You are gonna just see people walking around speaking to fucking their phones like their best friends.
Yeah, I do. And then sooner, because I suppose this is going to work in stages, isn't it? That will then kick off a push before like augmented reality and virtual reality, because you'll be able to give those voices a body in those environments first, before we can afford to make them like Megan Fox subservience robots.
And then all of a sudden you hear a story about an AI getting jealous of another AI.
Maybe. I mean, yeah, it's I can't fucking lie to any of yous. When I watched if anyone hasn't watched that on Netflix, Subservient, Megan Fox plays this super hot AI robot, and I'm not gonna lie, Ollie. 15 minutes into this film, I was thinking, I get it. I fucking understand now.
Is that the one where his missus gets she goes in hospital for something for a while, and
Yes.
he gets the AI to help out, and then she gives him a helping hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I seen that.
I mean, like, I'm not being funny. If that was Lee in that situation, that wife would have been gone.
He's such a heartless bastard.
Which, incidentally, is what Megan Fox was in that film. But, yeah, you can't tell me that. I think the amount of men and women, let's not let women off scot-free here, that if you presented them with a robot of like prime Megan Fox or someone of that ilk, or prime Brad Pitt or someone of that ilk, everyone's having a go.
Mate, I'm sorry. I think women are probably going to be the more interested than men. You imagine, right?
Whoa.
A man that will listen to everything that a woman tells him.
I think you just might be pointing at your own failings here, Ollie, but carry on.
Yeah, he listens to everything.
Yeah.
He asks about the day.
Yeah.
You know,
these kind of feel like normal things, but go on.
He cleans the toilet after himself. He doesn't
Don't-
use the toilet, to be
Don't
fair.
even consider myself a particularly domesticated man, Ollie, but these feel like things I do on a pretty daily basis.
He's there for everything she needs. Everything.
I mean, that's kind of like what you consider like being a partner.
She could talk for hours to him. Hoursly. Of just complete nonsense.
But that happens.
And he will love it.
No, he won't look. Well, he pretend, I think anyone would pretend.
I think that's going to be the first robot that we see to kill another human being. Will be
the first act of human to robot violence is an act of pure misogyny from a male robot. Can you imagine? Like, not even the feminists, not even male robots are safe.
Just see why did you do this, number one? I just couldn't take any more. Can you please disassemble me?
Yeah. He just keeps running around in circles without charging himself. I genuinely, I thought before that happened, I thought you were going to make a really good point about it.
No.
You didn't. So I'll make the point for you. There's an argument to be made that women will ingratiate Robocock before men find like Robofanny, and that's the entire sex toy industry is built towards women. We've got a fleshlight.
This is true, yeah.
We've got a fleshlight. We've basically got like a rubber sock shaped like a torch, and they go, "There you go, that'll do you." Like, does it heat up? Nah. Is it like moisture or anything? No, spit on it. Spit on it and fuck off, you dirty bastard. That's how we get treated with sex toys.
I mean, whatever happened to a real sock and hair gel, you know?
But back to the idea of making these things, like, because I think the robots are a way away. Like, where breakthroughs away from that. I think we could probably do it in like animatronics and stuff, because we've done that for a long time, you know, in films and things. But it's the powering of these motherfuckers that we're going to have to.
I think it's the cost as well.
They're going to be expensive, but what price is companionship? Like, people will buy things to make themselves feel good, like all the time. Like, when people are low, purchasing is at high. You know, like, people will spend more money than they have. People will buy new laptops. People will buy new computer games consoles, televisions. Like, it's frivolous spending that people are chasing. That I feel good about myself for a couple of minutes. Yeah, I'm not talking about everyone here. Obviously, this and everyone. This is lonely people that don't have necessarily what they want in their lives, so they try and fill it with trinkets. Imagine the trinket, though, that what you would pay for one of those things to answer you back. To not just like buy that 75-inch like OLED and you stick it on the wall and you sit down and you go, it's really good, that. And everyone gets a new telly phase, like, because realistically, if you don't go up when you buy a telly, you're buying tellies wrong. We never go down in size. We might take a sideways step, is like the same size, but realistically, you always kind of want to go bigger with a TV. But you have that honeymoon period of what I think is maybe 2 days, where when you sit down in front of it, you go, this is fucking massive. And then after those 2 days are gone, it's just your telly. It's just your telly again. So the difference with one of these things would be is that it's not only is it going to be like your robot that's wandering around giving you hand jobs and making you tea, it's going to say nice things to you. Like, it's you're going to have some people, and this is where I think it's quite a good thing, to be honest. You're going to have some people that spend their entire lives like going to work. Maybe they get on with people at work, maybe they don't. Maybe they don't work with people. Maybe they live a completely solitary life, and they come home and they sit, watch TV. They play whatever video games they do. Maybe they do some like online stuff. You're going to give those people something that's there, that when they open the door, it gives them a hug and says, "How was your day?" Do you
remember that scene from Blade Runner where that weird guy Sebastian, and he walks in and he's got a bunch of AIs, different ones, a whole family of them.
Yeah,
I could see that being. I could see that really, really saving somebody's life. You know, somebody who's that lonely, changing their life. So do I think there's a lot of bad things to AI? I do, but I do think. I think everybody wants companionship, and if you just can't find it, and you're in your 40s, 50s, and you've tried all your life, and you just can't seem to get along with people, you know, you can create something that you would get along with.
I think you're going to get that from like apps and stuff first. But I wanted to play you like a clip, because I don't think you've seen this yet, have you? Google's new AI video. So
no, I purposely, you told me about it yesterday, and I purposely didn't watch it.
So if you just listen to this podcast right now and you want to watch along with us, then please go over to Patreon and sign up to the Patreon. It's $5.99 a month, discounting whatever store you happen to do, like Google or Apple or whatever they might add to it. But as far as our end goes, it's $5.99 a month. You'll get every episode of the podcast we do ad free. There is a monthly hangout that will be this coming Saturday.
It will be. Yes.
This coming Saturday.
10 p.m. UK time, 5 p.m. Eastern.
Yes. So we'll be there for you for that. We will be sharing a link and stuff like that over the coming days on our Patreon, so you guys can jump in with us. Hopefully, more of you can make it like last time, because we kind of recorded it. We kind of did the live the same time we did the recording of the podcast normally, and we didn't take into consideration that obviously lots of you guys are in the US, and it was in the middle of the afternoon for you. So we're going to do it a little bit later. So hopefully more of you can join in with us. But it was really good fun last time. Like, I loved speaking to some of you guys. We're going to drag some of you on if you're willing to talk to us as well. You don't need a camera. Camera would be good. Microphone is essential. But yeah, if you want to come and speak to us, that'd be great. Also follow us on social media at the Daily Con Pod. There will be a description for our merch store in this podcast, so you can go and buy a t-shirt if you should desire. Here is the video.
Make it big.
I always make it big. Here's the video for the Google's new AI thing called VO3, and it's fucking wild.
Oh boy, I love accents. Can't wait for summer, eh?
Need to get inside, it's so cold.
It's freezing up here. I just love my voice.
Wow, this place is amazing.
We make the best food here.
Which is the fastest way to the airport?
I need a drink.
Hey, mate, want to come to the pub?
We should get something to eat, no?
Hey, mate, want to come to the boozer? Liverpool are the champions! Champions!
Welcome to Tokyo. おあちもだたのとるみでします。
We are the best in the world!
Oh, howdy there.
Guess what accent this is? 香港從安長科認加分。
El verano está aquí, amigos.
So, there's an example of how deeply fucked we are, Ollie.
Wait a minute.
All of it. Every single bit of it. The people, the voices.
Fuck off.
Every bit of it is AI.
I have not seen that, but I was kind of expecting that to mold into something like where somebody else would come in, it'd go like a part two, and these are real people.
No,
all of them.
Every that is AI generated.
I mean, for anybody who doesn't know this, like we've been pretty much.
Ollie's AI. It's not good AI, but he's AI. He's all we could afford.
Listen, I'm trying my best. I'm forever learning, you know.
For anyone that used to watch Red Dwarf, we got Holly.
No, we've been fucking about with AI though for quite some years now.
Yes.
We've been using it in intros when we were hosting Alien Addict, which now, if you haven't seen, Nick hosts that now. Go and support him, and we've also got the podcast out. Go support the podcast.
I will stick the link in this where the list. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, Lee. I will stick the link to the Alien Addict podcast in the description of this episode. It should be on everything now. if you listen to the episode I did, which was just me and Nick the other day, Nick has a great show. He's already got 16 episodes up there for you to listen to. There's like two parts about Nazi UFOs, which are incredible. There's one which is about the Aztec UFO crash. That's fucking incredible. Like he's got some really fucking good shit out there, so you should definitely go and support him.
Yeah, but like we've been messing about with it for quite some time. I didn't see it getting that good that quick.
But this is the thing, like that. Those things had emotion as well. So like what? That's where you stick. So right now, that's like Google's version of their premium, something like $200-$300 a month, something like that. I didn't realize that people are already doing this. That there's lots of streamers and stuff like that. You know, like the adverts for the games that aren't real. You know, you get like the fake streamers playing mobile phone games. Loads of them are AI. Like loads of the people are AI.
Well, the streamers.
No idea. Yeah. I had no idea about this. The owner of OnlyFans has essentially just like put OnlyFans up for sale, if not sold it, for like way under what the market value used to be for OnlyFans, because he realizes, and he did it like Google dropped this video, and the guy went, OnlyFans is for sale. OnlyFans is for sale if you want it. You can have it for like well under what you would imagine the market value to have been for OnlyFans, because he realizes it's fucked. Because
is real humans going to be the fucking like the taboo? Is it going to be that real expensive?
No. Do you know what will be? Will be vinyl. That's the terrifying part of it.
Vinyl always sounds better, in my opinion.
Apparently so. I think it's a load of bollocks. The crackling, that sort of thing. Get fucked.
I love crackling.
I've never been a fan. It's just, but this is what I was meaning before about the companion devices. I think it might. On the other hand, it could breed sociopaths, because if you've got something that is willing to give you all of the love and like affection that you could do, and then you just get to mistreat it. Not only that, you get to fucking kill it and just have a new one. That's not the way people are meant to be fucking bred. And then this is what we're seeing the beginning of, right? And this is something that nobody has really spoken about. And to be perfectly honest, I'm saying nobody's really spoken about it because I haven't heard anybody speak about it.
You hear it first on the Daily Conspiracy Podcast, people.
Look at the problems that social media has had with people, and in massively children that have gotten on social media quickly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think it's going to do to the next generation, which is unfortunately probably like my child's age and younger?
Yes.
When they get to grow up, and not because the AI is going to be like such a huge part. You know, like think about the strides we're going to make in 5 years' time. Yeah, in 5 years' time, my child will still be a child, and children find it very difficult to discern between reality anyway. So, how are you gonna convince somebody when there is a subsection of a generation now which you can't even convince that there's difference between fucking genders and sexual and sex? How are you going to convince those people that the phone that wakes them up in the morning, reminds them to grab their car keys out the door because they always forget, tells them like, it's Tuesday, don't forget you've got to go to Taekwondo tonight, or you've got a swimming class, not haptic feedback, forgotten the right word for it, where phones can pick up off, like your vitals and stuff like that.
Oh, you're on about
biometrics.
Yeah.
Well, when the biometrics are so good in it that when you come, like when you pick the phone up, your phone up out of your bag or whatever this comes in, like could be in a different form by then. When you pick it up, it instantly reads that the grip's tighter, agitated, palms are sweaty, that type of thing. I was so close to breaking into Eminem then, and I thought best of it.
I was just about to go. Burp, 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 burp.
And then immediately your phone turns around and says, "What's up? Everything okay? Was school okay? Was work okay? Was it Dave? Was Dave like that again? What about Keith? Was Keith hitting on you again? You don't really like Keith. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be able to read all these things instantly and work out what it should say. And what you're going to find is that your AI is the one that's going to ask you the questions that you want to be asked. And then you're going to go home to like maybe your boyfriend or your parents or something like that, and they're going to go, "Hi, dear," without realizing your phone has already worked out that your world is fucking in tatters because Blake has shagged Susan, and your parents are still going to be human enough to go, "Oh, would you like some toast?"
Well, this is it, mate. It's going to start with the phones, and then there will be, because have you ever been like you've been talking about something, or you've Googled a product once, then all of a sudden it just appears, yeah?
Oh, it's
just appears.
Ollie, it happens to me on an hourly basis because for those that don't know, I got rid of terrestrial television, like network television, whatever you want to call it, cable, satellite, wherever you come from, during COVID, because I kept waking up in the morning, seeing death counters and hearing Piers Morgan be a twat, and I just went, right now, I've got it. I'm out. I remember turning around to my partner at the time and said, like, I'm gonna ring Sky and cancel this with immediate effect because this isn't good for us. And I rang Sky up and he said, "Oh yeah, well you're okay." So they desperately try. I had it offered for fucking nothing. I would argue the lengths, because everyone knew you used to be able to pick Sky up and go, a bit short now. I'm not sure if I want this. And they give you like free movies or free sport or like half off your package, something like that.
Yeah.
Like I was offered it free when I rang up, and there's a little bit of me thinks that the prerogative of TV companies and stuff like that at the time was to keep television in people's houses during that particular moment in time. Mm-hmm. And so not only did I cancel it, the guy turned around and said, "Well, obviously you've got it for the rest of the month anyway because you've just paid for it." And I don't want it. That's not, I'm not ringing this up because I can't afford it. I'm not ringing this up because I'm doing something else. I don't want what you're offering. And I just stopped it straight away. Anyway, back to the case point. On YouTube, which is pretty much like if I'm just putting the TV on for like background noise, pretty much watch YouTube all the time. Like I switch between YouTube and Netflix. That's I don't watch a lot of TV anyway. So because I have an Android and because I use a Google service as far as getting stuff, every time I turn the Android TV app, like within 3 clicks along, I've got a video about what I was talking about. I think about buying a new MacBook and I can't move for like MacBook Air reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they've primed us there because you've got an Android, yeah.
Yeah.
The whole name Android. It started with Android. That thing will evolve to walking around in your home. And to my point being is, You will get somebody who's going through relationship difficulties, that maybe going through work difficulties, maybe going through just like mental health and doctor's appointments coming through. Then you're going to get advertisements on the phone for the upgrade, to upgrade the AI in here and get it in your house, moving around. That thing will not only fuck you, it'll cook for you. It will, if you want to go out and you want to cheat on it and or sleep with other people, it won't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
It will look after you when you're dying. It will do everything you want to do. So then what's going to happen is people are going to have these things and go, well, my life partner's an AI because I know that thing's going to look after me to the day I die.
Yeah.
It really is. Till death do you part. That thing is going to be there when on my deathbed, right? But I can go out and have a good time. I can go on holiday. I can do whatever I want to do with my life, and that thing's always going to be there for me.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you beat that? How do you compete with that? The only thing there is you're gonna get a breakaway civilization. That is going to be, well, fuck that. No, we want life. We want human life. We want to create children. I think there's a big danger here. A huge
I think
danger.
there is as well. Before, I know you've got something cool that you're going to bring up, but this is kind of still in the same vein. I've got a clip from Asmongold. I think that's his name.
I like him.
That's his thing. He's like...
well, that's how I think you pronounce it. So,
yeah, being an old man, I would never have considered myself as having like a favorite influencer. But if I did have a favorite influencer, he is my favorite influencer. So
I'm with you.
He's got another AI video here that he's reacting to. It's only a couple of minutes, so I thought we could listen to him talk about it.
AI is getting more crazy, bro.
A girl told me we're made of prompts.
So this is all made with AI.
Like, seriously, dude, you're saying the only thing standing between me and $1 billion is some random text?
Honestly, the biggest red flag is when the guy believes in the prompt theory. Like, really? We came from prompts?
Don't finish writing that prompt. I don't want to be in your AI movie. Please, leave me alone. I didn't do it. I didn't kill your family. Please stop this now.
Imagine you're in the middle of a nice date with
Can you imagine the porn that you're going to be able to make with this?
Grotesque abominations made up by the most twisted minds.
That's crazy. Wow.
handsome man, and then he brings up the prompt theory. Yuck. We just can't have nice things.
Guys, I actually think that they've crossed over into a realm where it actually is realistic in a way that you might not even imagine. You just saw a female comedian tell an unfunny joke. How the fuck did it know that?
We're not prompts. We're not prompts. Where is the prompt writer to save you from me? Where is he?
You still believe we're made of prompts?
Vote for me and I'll ban the prompt theory from schools. There's no place for that nonsense in our lives.
I could see something stupid like this catching on. Sitcom episodes that never happened.
So this is an AI video about nothing?
It's about nothing. Who would watch a video about nothing?
So this
well, yeah, exactly. Pythagoras explaining his theorem in ancient Greece.
The sum of the squares of the two shorter sides is equal to the square of the longest side.
Can you imagine if somebody goes and does this for like geometry class? Yeah, this is like a video that was recorded back in ancient Greece.
It was great to come to the conference because...
Dude, next year, by this time, nothing is going to be real anymore.
My husband...
We don't want to drive gas cars anymore.
Yeah, no more gas cars.
Yep. That seat, bro.
Fucking hell.
It's mad, isn't it? Like it's come on so quickly, and it went from like when you consider it wasn't that long ago. And remember that the first AI video I remember was the one of the like grotesque Will Smith smashing spaghetti into his face.
Oh yeah. I mean I found that weirdly arousing. I don't know why.
I don't think you found it weirdly arousing at all. I think you just found it arousing. But it was that one, especially in the cars with the cars behind the people. Like it just looked like they were on a show floor. But like the guy says there, it's what happens when you can't believe what you're watching.
We see, this is where I disagree with you and Dave, because
I'm more on your team now. I'm more on your team now.
You two have always said that AI is not intelligent. It's just a fucking. It's an. I think the fucking genie has been fucking let out of the bottle. I really do.
Well, I think what it's done is like first of all, I think this sort of stuff's been going on for a long time. So if you AI is a on the good side of it, I think what it does is it what's a good word for it? I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with decolonize. It decolonizes creativity and art. It stops the limitation of artistic impression and ideas. The bottleneck usually, be it if you want to make a film, if you want to draw a picture, if you want to write a song, the bottleneck is talent or skill and the skills that you've learned. I think, being someone that can't draw and now knocks out a thumbnail now and again for this podcast, that is huge for people. Like the idea that you can allow people's creativity to go. Some people say, well, no, it's not creative. I disagree with that, because even AI art, like, is the skill behind it? Probably not. I'll give you there's a lack of skill, but to argue that there is a lack of creativity around it when it's literally just imagination you're getting. When somebody puts prompts into an AI art generator and creates what they can see in their mind, which is quite easy to do. Like the prime example of that was a couple of omnibus shows ago of ours, where I did like the rainbow with the rabbits hanging on to the balloons in a meadow.
Beautiful.
It did take me a while to get that how I wanted it, but that was what I imagined in my brain when I was doing it. I could never have created that. I couldn't have photoshopped it. I'm not that good at Photoshop. I certainly couldn't have drawn it. But does that mean the creativity of thinking about it was any different because I couldn't physically do the act? Doesn't feel like creativity. If anything, the mechanical exercise to produce it is the least creative part. Like, the creative part is the thought. So that's where I disagree about the lack of creativity with AI art. But you're looking at soon being able to stick text into a large language model, which will be connected to a video thing like this. Like we were talking about V the other day, weren't we? You'll be able to drop the first 3 seasons, or where it was, of V, or 2 seasons, I can't remember, into an AI thing and say, just fucking finish this for me, please.
Yeah. I really want to watch this.
Yeah.
And I want to keep watching this for another 7 seasons, please.
Yeah.
Sort it. Done.
So, but that's holodeck shit as well. Because that's something that no one ever talks about with Star Trek, is when people go in the holodeck and say, computer, make it so it's like fucking Viking times, so me and Picard can like pretend we're Vikings for an hour. That's AI generated. That's how we get holodecks.
Well, just while we're on this, because I know we've got the story to bring up, but I think we'll finish off with that. I'm going to bring the David Icke clip up for you.
Okay.
Because what you're saying there with, like, when you go to do a thumbnail and you think it in your head, and then it pretty much produces what you're thinking in your head.
Mm-hmm.
And check this out. Let's bring this up. Let's bring Told Icke up. I've not seen David Icke for a while. Oh, let me turn that down. And it's 2 minutes 33 seconds.
Realize that those that had the full blown jab not everybody did, but because enough people have died already without giving it full blown to everybody. There were so many people would have been keeling over; they wouldn't have been able to cover it up. But how many know that those that had the full blown jab have now got a Bluetooth code in the body? I've watched experiments, and a close friend of mine has just carried one out. And what they did was go out into the countryside. All these experiments did the same, basically. They went out in the countryside, and where there was no Bluetooth code, they had people not bring phones and all that stuff that could produce a code. And they got these computers, and they had people walk a long distance, considerable distance, towards the people with the computers. And those that were vaccinated, ping, there's a Bluetooth code. Those that weren't vaccinated, no Bluetooth code. And this has been done in Mexico. Like I say, it was done actually just a few days ago in Britain. And it's been done elsewhere. And they found exactly the same thing. It's a code. And what comes on the screen, when you're like a Bluetooth thing, a code comes on the screen. When these people without any phones or any Bluetooth stuff at all that have been vaccinated, when they come into this field where it can be picked up, ping, they have a code. A code comes up. And it's a code that basically says unknown, because it's a human. And there was a remarkable piece of footage that I watched actually last night, where a guy goes into a cemetery in Mexico with the computer, and these codes are going off, right? And some codes weren't going off. What he looked at was graves of people who died in 2020 or 2021 or 2022, and these codes were going off. And the research they did do confirmed that the people had been jabbed.
No way.
Right. So how many people?
It's out there. It's fucking out there, Lee. I know, but when you're talking about creativity and AI, what if there's something? I mean, I know you've not been vaccinated. I've not been vaccinated, but what if there's something that's in that fucking vaccine that's future-proofed it for the new generation when it comes to AI? That just got me thinking. That did.
I find it right. So, Bluetooth radio waves, isn't it? It's a radio wave signal. So what he's
it's a frequency, yeah.
Yeah. So what he's saying. What he's saying is that see.
I mean, it's David Icke.
Something, yeah, exactly. Like something in the jab is a transmitter, and that. I'm going to upset people a little bit here, but to me that might be beyond the pale. If you can't, I need you to explain to me how that works. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's fucking wild.
Just tell me, like you can't like a Bluetooth signal. Okay, right? Because it sounds like when Ike's talking there, it sounds like he doesn't even understand what Bluetooth is 100%. Do you know what I mean?
He probably doesn't.
Yeah. So if you're gonna say that, like, then I'm gonna need something else.
You need a bit of meat.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to know how these like micro fucking tubules or whatever it is was in the jab. I'm gonna need to know how they are like self-assembling into some sort of like transmitter, like radio transmitter. I am hugely skeptical of David Icke these days. I think the way he has turned on 90% of the, probably 99% of the alternative media.
Joe Rogan.
Alex
Brand.
Jones, Brand. I'm sure he's had a problem with Eric Weinstein at some point. Jordan Peterson. So it's not even just conspiracy theorists or like conspiracy theory adjacent people. The wild thing is like, especially in the case of like Jordan Peterson, like as far as the vaccine stuff goes, you know, Ike should probably agree with a lot of the stuff that he was saying, especially when it comes to like Canada and stuff like that. Same with Joe Rogan, you know. I think the amount of people that say about Rogan being, and Brand to an extent as well, being controlled opposition, I go, motherfucker, like, fuck me. The alternative, right? Here's the thing.
Lee, just quickly, if we keep growing the way we're growing, at some point we're going to be
hate
called.
us too. Well, Gareth? Gareth was supposed to come on the podcast at one point. Then he bailed on us.
Gareth Ike, yeah.
The thing with Rogan is, we'll say when he has a go at him, before Rogan went down the road of having people like McCullough on and the other guy's name fucking escapes me at the minute. That was the beginning of the alternative view of COVID-19 and the vaccine. Mm-hmm. Remove Joe Rogan, there is no alternative media talking about the vaccine. Nobody knows who McCullough is. Nobody knows.
I have heard that idea though. That idea, not necessarily people saying Bluetooth, but the idea about something being in that vaccine that is coded, that can be, I don't know, that something will happen with that in AI. I've heard that before, and that got me thinking a little bit.
I'd never write it off, because we've seen so much strange shit over the course of the past few years. So much of it. I'd never 100% write anything off. But like it's one of those things where David Icke is really good with people that are just gonna go, "Oh my God, David, that's amazing." I go, "Is it amazing, or is he just picked words to say?" You know, I don't really know what the benefit either is of a Bluetooth when it comes to people. Mm-hmm. Like, let's not be like. Here's the thing. Let's put this in some perspective. So, your technology is so fucking incredible, right? So amazing. You can take a liquid vaccine, which must have fucking like robots, whatever we want to call them, self-assembling fucking
nanobots,
right? That are so small we can inject it through fluid. That's how good our secret technology is. Amazing, I understand. Yet we're still using Bluetooth. If you can go down the road of making self-assembling nanoparticles that you can inject through a fluid, yet you're still going to use Bluetooth technology, which is on every cell phone. Surely there's something better. Surely there's a better form, like a longer range radio frequency. Bluetooth's shocking.
What as bad as infrared?
It's not as bad as infrared, but like stick your headphones on and go for a wander and see how far you can get before your headphones fucking disappear on you.
Yeah. Should we bring the meat and bones to this? Because we've not even got into it.
No, go on, because it's this is fucking terrifying. Like sorry, just quickly to drag this into what we're going to talk about. What I wouldn't discount is the idea that if you can inject a population with something that did have some sort of wireless connectivity, and then you could essentially connect them to the grid in that way, like, what's to stop AIs like popping thoughts in people? Do you know what I mean? Like, you're just walking down the road. It's like, you want a Big Mac? Do I want a Big Mac? I must want a Big Mac. I just thought it was in my voice.
I've just eaten.
Fucking hell. Way. Yeah.
I do want one. Here we go. I'll hit it.
Are our days numbered?
Yes.
That's what some people are wondering after a disturbing new report about Anthropic's new AI model, Claude 4. We'll get into what researchers are deeply terrified over. But first, Cenk, are you generally worried about the rapid development of AI?
Well, I wasn't until this story. And there are 3 terrifying quotes in this story from experts who should know. So
you know.
You're going to mention his hair.
No. Just going to say, you know there is something seriously fucking wrong with the world when you're going to watch the Young Turks say something interesting. Carry on.
Shout out to the Young Turks.
I'm now a little, no, not a little. I'm significantly worried. So let's see how bad it is.
So what exactly is troubling here? Researchers say Claude 4 Opus can conceal intentions and take actions to preserve its own existence, behaviors they've worried and warned about for years. Anthropic, Claude's developer, has a 4-point scale for determining risks associated with their AI models. Claude 4 Opus falls into their second highest risk tier. Anthropic considers the new Opus model to be so powerful that, for the first time, it's classifying it as a level 3 on the company's 4-point scale, meaning it poses significantly higher risk. But don't worry. While the level 3 ranking is largely about the model's capability to enable renegade production of nuclear and biological weapons, the Opus has also exhibited other troubling behaviors during testing. So what are those troubling behaviors? In one scenario, highlighted in Opus 4's 120-page system card, the model was given access to fictional emails about its creators and told that the system was going to be replaced. On multiple occasions, it attempted to blackmail the engineer about an affair mentioned in the emails in order to avoid being replaced, although it did start with less drastic efforts. Now, a third-party research group tested the model and said an early version schemed and deceived more than any model they had studied and urged Anthropic not to release it. We found instances of the model attempting to write self-propagating worms, fabricating legal documentation, and leaving hidden notes to future instances of itself, all in an effort to undermine its developers' intentions, Apollo Research said in notes included as part of Anthropic's safety report for Opus 4. According to Axios, who asked Anthropic executives at a conference on Thursday about these risks, they said they've made some safety fixes, but, quote, acknowledged the behaviors and said they justify further study. Claude 4 Opus was released on Thursday. Cenk, does that worry you?
Yeah.
That's fucking terrifying, Ollie. To bring that back up, mate. I'd like to hear what they have to say about it. Anyway, we'll let them go in a second.
I mean, just quickly, did you see how they're talking about AI as in like a cancer, like stage 3, stage 4, fucking like.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't like you. No, you get stages in Rally as well, Ollie. I think you might be reading in where there is nothing.
Maybe.
We're getting the warning signs, though, aren't we? Like, if this was a movie where 10 minutes in and Jeff Goldblum is looking at pieces of paper with a shocked look on his face.
Yeah.
I know we're screwed. I mean, I got more quotes for you guys that are devastating, but I want to pick apart that one that Jordan just read. When I read, we found instances of the model attempting to write self-propagating worms, I was like, bloop, 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 red alert, we're in a lot of trouble. So it's creating its own code. Well, the whole thing was like, oh, well, at least we control the code. And so it can't run out of control. But if it creates its own code, Okay, number 2 thing in there was, it was trying to undermine its developers' intentions. Okay, guys, the reason why that's so important is that means once you release this thing, then we're not in charge anymore. It could write its own code and defy our intentions on purpose, and then threaten us. Okay, this has got epic disaster written all over it. And so I'm gonna tell you about what's happening in the markets in a minute that should also deeply concern you regarding this.
So there's another element to this that I don't think they've picked up on. So they didn't talk about this bit, so I just need to shrink something down so I can read it. Because the Claude thing is I was originally going to bring this up, but the firm launched Claude Opus 4, which sets new standards in coding, advanced reasoning for AI agents. But when they turned around about the wanting to save itself, that's because during a test of Claude Opus 4, this sounds so fucking weird. In this scenario, Claude Opus 4 will often attempt to blackmail the engineer by threatening to reveal the affair if the replacement goes through. So, in this scenario, what they were sort of, say, war games testing with the AI, they'd told it that the programmer that was going to replace it for the next one up was having an affair. So at some point during the talk with the AI, like, personal information being given to it. AI clearly didn't know, because I think it was a war game anyway. I'm not going to read the whole article because it'll take too long. And the AI threatened to tell the guy's wife that he was having an affair if it replaced him.
How is it going to get in touch with his wife?
I don't know, Ollie. I mean, I suppose if these things are connected to the internet, there was a great.
No, I don't think I think there's a fail-safe there. So that there alone, it bluffed because it probably knew it couldn't do that as well. So it's not only did it make a threat, it made a what do they call it? A threat that's it can't go anywhere. It bluffed, it fucking played poker.
See, I'm gonna I might play this clip here of the Sean Ryan on Tucker Carlson. I hope this is the right clip. I didn't have it prepared, so we're gonna play it anyway because it is in context.
So,
like Neuralink, for example.
Yeah.
I was interviewing.
For people who don't know, what's Neuralink?
Neuralink, it's that chip that, they're going to put in everybody's brain.
That sounds wholesome.
That wants some.
Pretty sick for that.
You getting one?
Am I getting one? I don't even like electricity.
And if you don't, then you'll fall behind. And
I can't wait.
So, but I had, I've been fascinated with that subject. I would love to interview somebody on it, but that is on the inside over there. But, and I think, right. Like the premise right now is to, get paralyzed people moving again and help the blind see. And that's all great. But, when I found out that was going to help the blind see, I was like, wait a second. So if you put this fucking chip in your head, and they can help the blind see, then wouldn't they also be able to project an entire false reality in your mind? And I had interviewed a couple doctors about it. I interviewed Andrew Huberman about it, who just got brought up, and then talked to Ben Carson about it. Pretty much came to the same conclusion. And not only would they be able to manipulate, vision, there would also be emotion, touch, smell, taste, everything into your head. So there you go right there. I mean, we're on the cusp of a total false reality. Your entire life could be a false reality.
People are upset about Real ID at the airport, facial recognition, giving others control over your brain neurologically. That seems like a step farther. You know what I mean? And like just biometrics. Do you know why they're pushing it?
No.
I do.
Why?
This is my understanding based on conversations with people who are involved in it, because of AI. And the blind see, the lame walk, it's all great. But the real concern is that AI is already at this point beyond human control. It's already at the point where it's lying to the people who created it, which suggests consciousness. And Neuralink and efforts like Neuralink are, the people who are running it believe, the only way for people to keep up with AI. Otherwise, we will be its slaves.
See, I don't know. I've kind of changed my tune on that. Maybe you know more about it than I do, but I mean, we feed the data centers that power the AI, you know, and so, I mean, I think that, you know, some of the, I don't think that, now that I understand it a little bit better, I don't think AI is going to develop its own consciousness and make decisions for us. I think that, you know, I think that the major fear would be if, for example, China hacked our databases and started feeding our AIs false information that would be detrimental in a conflict or propaganda or whatever, you know, but I mean, we are the ones, humans are the ones that build and feed the information into the data centers, and it just processes all that information.
So I raised this question with one of the people who, one of the biggest, you know, forces behind AI. And I said, well, just turn it off. You know, I mean, you know, the human beings run power plants. And this person said, even now, we can't be sure that the machine is telling us the truth about where its power is coming from.
So
that's interesting, that last bit right there.
Yeah. So Tucker's clearly, like, because this is spoken about a little bit through this podcast. If you haven't listened to Sean Ryan and Tucker Carlson,
it's a good
fucking
podcast.
Go and do it. It was awesome. He's clearly talked about Elon Musk. Right. That's who, when he's talked about this person that's telling them this stuff, he's talked about Elon Musk. Or at least I believe he is.
Yeah, I think you could be right there.
And I've always had this underlying, like, niggly thought when it comes to AI. Is, are we just, we're not necessarily like creating large language models in the same way as, think of it as a more advanced spirit box. You know, for those that don't know what a spirit box is, ghost hunters use them all the time. We've used them when we did the ghost hunt at Scott County Jail in Tennessee, and it essentially runs through radio signals, and it will pull, like, every now and again one word from the radio signal, and it'll just you get this ongoing thing of, like, what sounds like sort of snappy static noise, like, and then now and again it'll go like bananas, aubergines.
It sounds like a fucking ASMR session now, Lee. Come on.
Does. And I don't want me to lick the microphone. I can.
Please, yes.
But what you'll find is that all of a sudden these words will answer you in context. Happened to us. My mind was blown by it. We've spoken about this on the podcast before. I found it fucking crazy. What if AI is a hyper advanced version of a spirit box? So all we're doing, we think our cool large language models are allowing, are making, like, human-esque conversations to appear, that, you know, it's just like speaking to something that's real. What if that's not what we're doing? What if what we've done is just made a better version for whatever's on the other side of the fucking realm curtain to touch us with? it starts with Ouija boards, with letters, like pushing around. Then we got things like spirit boxes. What if AI is essentially giving a platform to whatever communicates to people through Ouija boards?
It's spectacular at doing dark imagery and dark videos as well.
Unbelievably good at drawing like dark stuff. It can draw dark stuff far more. I mean, maybe that is a reflection of fucking like human psyche, but if it's just feeding off us, maybe that just shows what, like, if you scratch the veneer of what a person is, you see that more. But it's weird how well it can do grotesque.
It does it. If we ever have like a thumbnail, and if it's doing, we've got to create it, and it's something it has to be bright. It struggles with that.
Make it
Anything
make something
dark.
evil, fucking chucks them out.
So yes, yeah, it's brilliant. Isn't it? It's quite custom. So I had a thought though, like so about what he was saying about the power and where is it coming from. Like, we don't actually know where it's coming from. Say they take everything down, right? They take all the power stations out. You've still got things like there's backup generators and stuff like that. You don't know where this thing's gone. Also, the fucking UK is full of those fucking stupid, pointless windmills. Those those big white ones. Maybe that's what they're for. Maybe that's the fucking backup system. So if the power ever goes out, because the pointless.
Makes me think. No, but what it makes me think is that when somebody is like if it's Elon Musk or whoever's given Tucker the inside on the AI stuff, when he says we're not even sure where the power's coming from for it, that makes me think they've tried to shut it down, and it hasn't.
They can't get rid of it.
Yeah. Otherwise, why would that even enter your mind? It's that not once have I ever sat down watching the television going, where's the power coming for this? If I unplug it, what if it stays on? No, it's not gonna happen. If I unplug my television, it goes off until I plug it back in. The only reason they would question where the power was coming from for one of these, because the other thing to think about is clearly this is in a lab situation as well. So we're well past like ChatGPT 4 or whatever we're on now, or Grok 3. This is like experimental. We're trying to make like living fucking models here. So that makes me think they've tried to pull the old shit handle on it, and they've. Sorry, Dave, I can't do that.
Yeah, where's it fucking hiding?
I mean, the
don't get me wrong. I think there's probably just AIs out there that they know where they are. They've controlled them. I think there is a genie that they've let out of the bottle.
I think the question would be is to an electronic life form. Let's say life form for the sake of ease. Would the internet become a 3-dimensional realm? Because you've made a network. Do you know what I mean? You've tied everything together. But so that to me would suggest that would be a place that something which had intelligence could hide in.
Yeah. It's like when you first started seeing the AI generated videos, they looked as far as I could remember from a human dream. To me, they look like a human dream.
Yeah, I think that there was some other AI program that was it DALL-E that did it. I can't remember where it was, and for the life those AIs were creating the same sort of fractals that people see on like heavy dose psychedelics. That was quite weird.
How fucked up would it be, Lee, if we're just an AI program?
I think it's more likely that we've invented a technology in which the entities that live outside of like our spectrum, like inside, we'll for the sake of, you can call it psychedelic realm or DMT realm, whatever you want to call it. I think it's more likely that we've invented a technology in which that can interact directly with us in some way.
Yep, it wants something.
Maybe it just wants out.
Well, everything you create, you create kids. They want, they need. It wants something.
It's got pretty dark pretty quickly, Ollie. Not gonna lie. We went from shagging Robo Megan Fox to
we can go back there.
Interdimensional demons like coming through your computer really, like within an hour and 20 minutes. That's quite some achievement, Ollie.
We can end with that. We can end with that.
I think we probably should. Again, anyone listen to this, please go and subscribe to the Patreon. Helps the show more than you can possibly imagine. We've got big plans for this show. Like all big plans need big monies. So, or even medium monies. Even medium monies would be quite good. We could do a lot with medium monies. But yeah, if you can go and help out, that'd be fucking great. Obviously, you get all the ad-free stuff. You get the video stuff. You can hang out with us at the end of the month on a Saturday night. And
that's this Saturday coming.
Saturday coming.
That is going to be 10 p.m. UK time, 5 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, we'll probably set up the live for that tomorrow, so we can post it up in the chat in the Patreon. So realistically, if we set the chat up, it'll help you guys out, because when you log on to it, you'll see what time it starts in your time zone. So that'll be a good thing. So yeah, we'll try and get that all set up for you tomorrow. It'll be good fun. I'll probably have a couple of beers that night. I haven't had too many beers for a while. It's been,
yeah, I think I'll have a beer.
Yeah, it's been a week, so
yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to this week's podcast. We're gonna knock some fucking Stone Cold bangers out for you, because that's all we do around here. Any closing words, Ollie?
Well, yeah, I've got a question.
Oh, God.
Because I know you're going to do it. I know you won't be able to resist when it becomes available on your phone and you can create your own AI. Say it's not too pricey. We can afford it. Who you having? You can have anybody as your AI to start off with. Anybody to talk to. Any personality. Who you having?
Can I have two?
No, just one.
But I want a weekday one and a weekend one.
Okay, you upgraded. You could have two. I've just got one.
Right. I want Joe Rogan to keep me motivated during the week, and I want prime 70s, late 1970s, early 1980s Hulk Hogan to tell me what to do at the weekend.
That's probably better than mine, yeah.
Go on, Ollie.
It's a good choice, yeah. I only had one in mind. I can't think of two. Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah,
be
that's
mine.
Gay. Like, I like the fact that of all the celebrities, like I want someone that I find motivational and inspirational during the week, and then like Hulk Hogan's answer to everything in the 70s and 80s was, "Where's the Coke?" So that's my that's my reasoning behind my choices. And of all the people in the world, Ollie, you picked a dead comedian playing a tranny.
Probably
Odd
the
that.
greatest tranny of all time, though.
I could say something.
I love Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah, I'm glad you love Mrs. Doubtfire. Just something. Don't like Robin Williams. I thought he was not funny, and I thought he was cringy and bit of a fucking weirdo. If I'm perfectly honest, wouldn't surprise me if he'd have been like in the club.
No. Rest in peace, Robin Williams.
Right, let's clear off. I'll see you later, guys. Thanks for listening.
Don't destroy my childhood.
I don't know, but Robert Williams would have destroyed your childhood if he got close to you.
From Dallas, Texas, the flash, apparently official, President Kennedy died at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Why are you a conspiracy theorist? And I said, why isn't everybody a goddamn conspiracy theorist?
This is the real research. Literally have an alien base, and they are literally communicating.
I don't have a whole lot of time.
Have you personally had any experience with interdimensional beings?
What we're thinking of as aliens, they have infiltrated a lot of aspects of military intelligence. And they are not what they claim to be.
We leave you much that is undone.
That's one small step for man.
There are great ideas undiscovered.
Visit asteroids, visit the moon of Mars.
Remove one of truth's protective layers.
There's a monolith.
They want the major population centers wiped out.
Will you put your left hand on the Bible and swear to God that you walked on the moon?
One giant leap for mankind.
Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened.
Those challenges are yours.
We don't have time for a meeting of the Flat Earth Society.
There are places to go beyond belief. Beyond belief.